A spectacular comeback win against the Phillies from a 5-0 deficit, our ace silencing a powerful Dodger lineup, and Bregman continuing his torrid comeback. We've got it all in this week's Red Sox Top 10. Hey Red Sox Nation, welcome to a new edition of BleacherBot. I'm B, and today we've selected the top 10 Red Sox moments from last week, when we played a 3-game series in Philadelphia and then battled the Dodgers on the weekend at Fenway. This week we're splitting the top 10 into 2 parts, one for each series. So let's start with the top 5 moments from the Phillies series, and if I'm being honest, there weren't many bright spots in games 1 and 2. But one silver lining, Walker Buehler's encouraging start. In Game 1 against the Phillies, Buehler looked sharp and composed, dancing around trouble and shutting down one of baseball's most dangerous lineups.
Marsh swings and misses at a pitch down.
He pitched 7 innings, giving up only 1 earned run with 4 strikeouts and 1 walk. Against this Phillies offense after the mid-season trouble Buehler went through, that's like threading a needle during an earthquake for him. Unfortunately, we ended up losing the game on a catcher's interference call that forced in a run with the bases loaded, leading to a walk-off win for the Phillies.
This game ends on catcher's interference. The run will score.
Now we move to Game 3, where the Sox are down 5-0 after 4 early home runs by the Phillies.
Here's Harper. Nick Castellanos.
And Jesus Luzardo was cruising for the first 4 innings.
Put him away on 3 pitches.
But in the top of the 5th, things got wild, with a game-changing sequence of events. Yoshida leads off with a double. Rafaela works a rare walk. Then Abreu strikes out, Narváez pops out, and boom, 2 outs. Looked like the rally was DOA, and we were staring at a series sweep. But Marcelo draws a key walk to load the bases. And that brings up Rob Refsnyder, our designated lefty assassin number 1. Refsnyder pops one up behind the plate, and JT Realmuto, a gold glove catcher mind you, completely loses it in the Philly sky. The ball drops 20 feet away from him. Ref gets another chance, and he takes it, working a walk that scores Yoshida, and we are on the board 5-1. The bases are still loaded, and Duran's up next. He draws a walk on 4 straight pitches. That scores Rafaela, and suddenly it's 5-2. And Luzardo's melting down like soft serve in peak summer.
Back-to-back walks to bring in 2 runs for Boston.
And that sets up Romy Gonzales for his big moment. Gonzales was 0 for 20 when he stepped into the batter's box, but Romy has a superpower. He's our lefty assassin number 2. And with the bases loaded and Luzardo on the ropes, Romy obliterates a hanging changeup.
Fastball to left field. Kepler back. That's gone. That's a grand slam.
Romy flipped the game on its head with 1 swing, his first career grand slam, to give the Sox a 6-5 lead. The 5th inning was the kind of baseball sequence you couldn't even dream up. Red Sox magic, folks. Now, if you think this was our number 1 moment, you'd be wrong, because there was a lot more drama yet to unfold in the game. But first, smash that subscribe button like Romy Gonzales smashing a lefty changeup. It costs nothing, unlike Realmuto's missed pop-up, which cost Philly the entire game. All right, back to Game 3 in the bottom of the 8th, where Realmuto made amends by tying up the game with a solo homer. Because of course he did. The baseball gods love balance. And with both teams failing to score in the 9th, we went to extra innings with the game tied at 6. So it's the top of the 10th, and Trevor Story gets his chance at glory. With Duran the ghost runner on second, Story steps up with 1 out and delivers.
Fair ball down the line. That's going to score Duran. Trevor Story to second base. And he will stop there as the veteran delivers the go-ahead run for Boston. 7-6 in the 10th.
It was one of those classic veteran leader moments from Story. Clutch, no nonsense, and exactly what the Sox needed after letting the lead slip. Again, this could also have been our number 1 moment, but alas, we just couldn't finish off the Phillies. In the bottom of the 10th, they tied the game yet again with a run against Weissert, and we were locked at 7-7 going into the 11th inning. And that gave Narváez the opportunity he needed in the top of the 11th. Rafaela starts as the ghost runner at second. Narváez steps in with 1 out and hammers a high fastball.
That ball's hammered to left field. This one is over the wall. That's a 2-run home run. It just snuck over the wall. Narváez gives Boston the lead.
Two-run homer, his 9th of the season, giving the Sox a 9-7 lead. Narváez has been a priceless find, both offensively and defensively. And what makes that even sweeter? The fact that we stole him from the Yankees for basically a Duncan gift card.
Carlos Narváez, you should have never let me go, he's saying.
So Carlos Narváez redeemed himself for the catcher's interference call with a game-winning two-run home run, making it our #1 moment from the Philly series. Because in the bottom of the 11th inning, Alcala and Bernardino finally slammed the door shut on the Phillies, sealing one of the Sox's most thrilling wins of the year. This was a comeback that had it all: patience, a gift from a Gold Glover, power, and one hell of a fight to the finish. This team showed some serious moxie, baby. Next up, the Dodgers came to town for a Fenway weekend showdown. Let's check out our top 5 moments from that series. Game 1 was a downer. The Dodgers took a 3-0 lead early against Bayo, and we were never able to catch up, ultimately losing 5-2 with no real memorable moments. Things flip fast in Game 2, though, as the Red Sox finally remembered they're in a playoff race. And leading the charge was none other than Duran, our human highlight reel. In the second inning, the Sox were trailing 2-0, and with runners on second and third, Duran launched a shot.
And a shot to right center field, over his head, and this game is tied.
Both runners scored with ease, and Duran, he hit the Jets and slid into third for his first triple of the night after tying the game at 2-2. Moments later, he came home on Toro's sac fly to give the Sox the lead.
Duran heads in from third. Paez's throw has no chance. Red Sox take the lead.
Then in the 6th, he scorched a laser into the famed Fenway right field corner.
Rips this ball down the line, headed for the corner. It is a fair ball, and it's extra bases again. Duran has his sights set on a second triple, and he's got it.
For his first career multi-triple game. But wait, he still wasn't done. In the 8th, Duran smoked another extra base hit, a double this time.
Third extra base hit of the game for Duran.
Finishing the night 3 for 4 with 2 triples, a double, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. That's not a box score, that's a blur.
Lightning strike of a player right there, Duran.
And while Duran was exciting the Fenway faithful, Garrett Crochet was busy turning the world champions lineup into a pile of whiffed swings and shattered confidence. Ohtani and Teoscar Hernandez ambushed him early with solo home runs in the first, but Crochet didn't flinch. He shook it off, settled down, and went to work like a true ace does. The Dodgers scratched out some bloop hits, but every time they threatened, Crochet slammed the door shut like a man on a mission.
Strikeout strands the man at third.
Case in point, top of the 4th. Dodgers have runners on the corners, 2 outs. Shohei Ohtani, the $700 million megastar, steps in. Power versus power, alpha versus alpha. And Crochet, 3 pitches. See ya.
Strikes him out on 3 pitches.
Crochet finished the day with 6 innings, 2 earned runs, and 10 strikeouts. He leads the majors in strikeouts and might just be pitching his way to a Cy Young, one superstar takedown at a time. And to help things out, the Red Sox gloves were flashing all weekend against the Dodgers. In Game 2, the party started early in the very first inning, when Duran unleashed a laser from left field to gun down Freddie Freeman. Not to be outdone, Rafaela followed up with a cannon of his own from center field, registering yet another outfield assist for his growing highlight reel. Romy Gonzales made a slick heads-up play at second to erase the lead runner on a tricky fielder's choice. And Narváez? Yeah, he just kept doing Narváez things, throwing out another base runner and padding his MLB lead in caught stealing like it's a daily checklist. Then in Game 3, Rafaela turned in the defensive play of the series. A great catch, followed by a full extension dive to double up the runner at second base by half an inch. It was equal parts reflex, instinct, and Fenway wizardry. Okay, let's get back to the offense and to the rise of our very own on-base machine, Roman Anthony. In Game 2, Anthony was everywhere, reaching base 4 times with 2 walks and 2 hits. That included a clutch double in the 5th inning that drove in Bregman all the way from first base to put the Sox up 4-2.
Here's the relay to the plate from Kim. It is not in time.
Then in Game 3, Cora gave the kid a shot at the leadoff spot, and Roman was up to the challenge. He got plunked to start the game, advanced to third on Duran's single, and scored the game's first run on Story's sac fly.
High fly, tagging up at third, here comes Anthony. He is in to score, and the Red Sox on the board.
But the real highlight came in the bottom of the fifth. Dodgers are up 3-1. Toro's on first, and Anthony gets his chance.
High fly down the left field line. That is going to be off the wall. That bounces over the head of Conforto. That's going to bring in a run. Here comes Toro. He's in to score. Anthony to third, sliding. He's safe.
Anthony's line in the last 2 games against the Dodgers: 3 for 5, a double, a triple, 2 walks, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. The Roman Empire is rising, and it's claiming territory at the top of the order. Now, back to Game 3, where Anthony is on third base, having just scored Toro and cut the Dodgers' lead down to 3-2. Up steps Alex Bregman, and this dude lives for big moments. He already cooked in Game 2, going 3 for 4 with a run scored on Anthony's double. And now it's Game 3, bottom of the fifth, 1 out, runner on third, Dodgers hanging on to a slim lead.
Alex Bregman, infield in, 1 down, a man at third. And swinging a drive, out to left, back, she's gone!
Bregman smashes a breaking ball over the monster for a go-ahead 2-run blast. His 13th homer of the year and his biggest swing since coming off the IL. In the 3 games against the Dodgers, Bregman went 5 for 11, with a double, a home run, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. He's seeing the ball well, hitting for power, and when it really mattered, he put the Sox on his back and won the series against the world champion Dodgers. What do you think, Red Sox Nation? Is Bregman worthy of the #1 spot, or is there another memorable moment you preferred? Drop a comment. Tell me what you really think. I'd really like to hear from you. And with that, Red Sox Nation, we've reached the end of this show. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next edition of Bleacher Bot. Until then, stay tuned, stay crazy.